Welcome back to another YouTube video, you beautiful hosers. And today, obviously, you read the title, so let's just jump right into it. So, we all know that there is a way to call others out, and we also know that there is a way to not call others out. But how exactly do we implement it in a way that technically doesn't tear the person down, but can actually be helpful and beneficial? Because I'm sure in all of our lives, we've actually gone through states and stages where it's more or less the latter option that's chosen there. And it's not always the best option. So how do we implement it in a way that doesn't harm others? Now, the first thing that you have to do is genuinely take a look at yourself. Is there things you wish other people would call you out on so that you can help build community to build upon that so that you can actually get around whatever obstacle that is? For a lot of people, that's just like sports. In sports teams, generally a lot of sports are won by a team, not a set player. Even in tennis, you technically have a coach that is helping you better your skills, and you have also plenty of other people that are more or less part of your team that are helping you achieve said goals. Now, in that sense, how do you build them up and not destroy them? Obviously, you take what they're doing really well at, you more or less make that a, let's call it a focal point for now. You take that, you put it in front of them and be like, hey, look, you're doing really good at this. But while you're doing really good at this, you're actually struggling with this portion. I know for me in hockey, it was not so much my blocker side that was absolute dog water, but it was actually my glove side, which, if anybody knows anything about baseball, hockey, any sort of sport that you have to wear a glove in, that glove is one of the most important tools that you have. Your other arm, although beneficial, is not going to be doing the same work that the glove is doing. So the glove and the blocker are set to do two different things. One excels at one does not. Granted, they both are able to stop things and hold things in place, but without the glove actually working, because you can't close it fast enough, or you're always an inch or, let's say, a centimeter off to the side or up or down when the puck's coming at you, doesn't exactly help. So how do you actually build upon that? So you take them aside, you tell them what they did right, and then you show them how to improve on things that they need improving upon. Now, I know a lot of new people on this channel. I want to thank you for subbing and coming here. And if you're watching this video and you're not subbed, feel free to do it if you like the video. I'm not forcing you to, just disclaimer. But anyways, even through, like, let's say, biblical practices, technically it's something we're supposed to do with one another, because there's things that are God-honoring and then things that aren't. But more often than not, we don't show them, like people in general, things that they're excelling at and be like, hey, this is really great that you're doing this. But while you're focusing on this part of you is actually falling apart. Now, it could be something that could end up putting a person in jail. It could be also something that could harm the person or their future relationships. Although it's good to work on yourself, sometimes you have to build a community and bring them in. Whether that be friends, going to church, having coworkers, a therapist. Having that community there actually helps you strive to be better. And to build them up, you have to take something they're good at and something they're bad at. Know what's good, appreciate what's good, tell them, look, I'm glad that this is working. This part of you, we need to work on, and here's steps that we can take together to actually help. We're not tearing you apart, we're trying to help. So essentially, for a lot of people, that's coming into community and telling them certain things about their own past, whether it was drug abuse, an addiction of some sort, because the word addiction technically covers a vast variety of things, so I'm just going to leave it there. So by bringing those into community, they can help you work on it. For a lot of people, they struggle with these things when they're alone. And when they're with other people, they don't think about it. And sometimes that's all it is to build upon one another. You have to have a community that can hold you accountable, but they're not there because they want to watch you fall apart. They're there because they genuinely care and they want to help you. Now, that's the moral of the story there, is basically looking at something that's not working, getting community to help you with that. For some people, I know it's also building relationships. It's building things in general. Sometimes all it takes is a community, because I'm sure that I'm combining words here. I'm sure that we've all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, which is extremely true, because once the parents are gone, those people, they're going to step up to help in whatever way they can, because those people genuinely care about that person. So that's how you do it in a way that is honoring to the person, that's actually beneficial, that you're not tearing them down. Even for me, some of the videos that I make, I have to take a step back, look at myself and be like, okay, I said this, how do I apply it practically? A video a while ago that I did was titled something along the lines of how to be okay when things are not okay. And then shortly, within a couple of months after that, my mother had passed away. And I had to look back at that video, think in my head, okay, how do I apply this practically? More or less practice what I preach. I know the situation sucks. I know where I am. Look at the things around me. What do I have to be thankful for? I have a roof over my head. I'm able to feed myself. I still had a job. And I have access to running water, which not everybody has. And sometimes all it takes is that realization of, yeah, sure, my situation sucks, but it could always be worse. And somebody out there has it worse than I do. So, more or less, try to be helpful to one another. Don't try and drag them down. And genuinely care about that person that you're trying to help. Because there's nothing worse than trying to tell somebody something about yourself and them just disregard it and more or less tell you they don't care. Because if you truly care about somebody, you're going to listen to them no matter what they have to say. It may hurt you. It may be hard to hear. But sometimes the worst part is for that person that's telling you what's happening. Because they are afraid of having somebody have some blowback at them. Well, if you didn't do this, then you wouldn't have had this problem. Yes, thanks. Even though I already know that, I was just trying to get like some constructive criticism, which is more or less basically what this video is about. So, anyways, I'm going to end it here. I hope you're having a fantastic 2022, and if you're not, I hope it gets better for you sooner rather than later. Peace out, and I will see you all in the next video.